Hey, welcome back to Fix My Hog. I'm Mike Rowan. We're back on the Evo. Now, I'll bring you up to speed here if you haven't been following along. This is a 1988 Heritage Softail. Dennis found it out in Southern California. 10,000 miles, one owner. It's like the perfect scenario. The gas tanks were stored properly. We've already done the buyer's guide video on it. We did the full service. And of course, if you bought an older Evo, you're going to be faced with, probably a top-end R&R. More than likely, the base gaskets are leaking. If it's a high mileage bike, obviously there's probably oil consumption or engine noise. We're going to be updating the cam on this bike. So really, I'm going to go over a couple things here. S&S has jumped in. We've worked with S&S for a long time. They've been in the motorcycle industry for, it seems like 100 years. Obviously, we don't want to put the stock cam back in. The stock cam's very anemic, EPA compliant. It basically makes the motorcycle run and that's it. And if it's a high mileage bike, the hard face could be wore on it. So we're just going to go ahead and put a decent torque cam in this motorcycle. We're not too concerned about horsepower because, face it, a Harley, 2,000 to 4,500 RPM, that's really where you live on the thing. So a build like this, we want pump gas, we want electric start, we want torque, and we want longevity. We don't want to have a zipper on this motor. So nice drop-in cam, quality product. Barnett, you think Barnett, you think clutches. Well, obviously they do throttle cables, they do clutch cables, they'll make custom cables for your motorcycle. We've worked with them in the past. Very reputable company. We're going to update the valve springs. It does have low miles, it probably wouldn't need them, but we're just going to show you the procedure on that. We've got a couple of nice videos on Fix My Hog on that. Dennis will take you to a link on that. Lifters, obviously we're not going to cut any corners. It is a low mileage bike. Your bike though, if you're in there, you're putting lifters in it. Cam bearing, we're going to update the inner cam bearing, go over that. And of course, these motorcycles, they came with paper gaskets, and that's really was the death nail because if you think about it, that motor is expanding and contracting with heat. That paper gasket on the base gasket and on the rocker box gasket as well as paper, they deteriorate over time, and that's what's happened on this motorcycle. We can see it sweating. If we were to ride it more and more, it'd be leaking more and more. So at the very least, you're going to be going and updating all the gaskets on your bike. Okay, so also on this project, we're going to actually be updating the carburetor to a CV carburetor. And along with that, R&S kind of jumped in and they got us a high flow, a stage 1 high flow air cleaner kit, which is going to be nice because really if you're doing the cam, stock air box, it's very insufficient. It's got a small inlet. You put something like an R&S on there, it's got a cleanable air filter. It breathes all the way around on the back side of the air cleaner cover. That's what you want, a little more airflow. We're gonna end up drilling the baffles out of this too. It's kind of a cheap way to give you a nice little tune-up on the bike without spending a ton of money on, buying expensive exhaust slip-ons. So I think what we're gonna do first up here is we're just gonna probably pull this upper motor mount bracket off, and then we'll flip the motorcycle around and get started on the teardown.